hashtag teacher fight. More like hashtag no. Just no. Heck no. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Fist Fight. So, Fist Fight stars Ice Cube, Charlie Day, Tracy Morgan, and Julianne Bell, and what this film is about. It's about Ice Cube, and what happens is Charlie Day gets him fired from his job, and now Ice Cube wants to fight him. He wants to fight him in a fist fight after school. And Charlie Day doesn't want to fight him. So, what did I think of Fist Fight? Oh, man. This is awful. This was bad. This was terrible. Fist Fight is an awful comedy. I absolutely hated Fist Fight. It is terrible within reach. It is awful, this movie. So, let's get into my positives. No. Just no. No, there's no positives with this movie. Let's just get straight into the negatives, because I have a lot of negatives with this movie. First being the acting in this movie. The acting is awful. Everyone is terrible in this movie. Ice Cube. What are you doing, man? Ice Cube, you can be funny. Like, look at movies like Friday, or, Barbershop, The Next Cut, the 21 Jump Street movies. Like movies like those. What are you doing? All he does, he's the worst character in the movie. All he does is play an obnoxious jerk. That's all he is in this movie. Seriously, I absolutely hated him in this movie. And he's supposed to be like, oh, funny because, he wants to fight Charlie Day. No, he's not at all. He wasn't funny in this movie. He was terrible. Like I said, all he plays in this movie is just an obnoxious jerk. I'm not kidding. That's all he plays in this movie. And he was terrible. He did an awful job in this movie. I absolutely hated him in this movie. Charlie Day, what are you doing? Like, most of the actors in this movie, what are you doing? Charlie Day is a funny actor. I mean, I liked him in movies like Pacific Rim or Horrible Bosses, and he's great on It's Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, sorry. But in this, all he does is play like someone that's like all jacked up on cocaine. That's exactly what he plays. He plays this over-exaggerated wimp of a teacher. That's all he is in this movie. And he's terrible. He's awful. He was so annoying in this movie that I was just like, how am I supposed to root for you if you're nothing just more than just an annoying wimp? That's all he is in this movie. And I absolutely hate him in this film. Tracy Morgan. I love this dude. This dude's hilarious. But not in this movie. He's awful. He's terrible as well. He got on my nerves a lot during this movie. He really did. Julianne Bell. Oh my goodness. She plays like the guidance counselor. She was so terrible. Her character is you wonder, the things that she does in this movie, you wonder, how is she a guidance counselor? You wonder so much during this movie, how does she have this job? Seriously, she was terrible in this movie. So, yeah. The acting is just awful in the film. The comedy. Nothing was funny in this movie. Nothing. I couldn't even crack a smile. That's how bad the comedy was in this movie. I couldn't even crack a smile. Nothing was funny in this movie. The humor is just terrible. It's just, bottom of the barrel, oh, let's just, go with, lazy type of humor in this movie. Seriously, it's bottom of the barrel humor. It's they're desperate to make you laugh. It's the easiest of jokes, just something to make you laugh, and it does not work at all. The comedy is just terrible. There was no point in this movie that I laughed once. I did not laugh a single time during this movie. And the fact, nothing makes sense in this movie. Literally, nothing makes sense in this movie. They do these, senior pranks, and they're not even pranks, really. They're just, overboard, and you're just this would never happen. And there's a scene in this movie where Charlie Day calls up the police, because, Ice Cube is trying to, kill him, basically. And the police officers just laugh it off. That would never happen. never happened. Nothing makes sense in this movie. And there's a horse coked up on meth in this movie. In the school. What? How none of this would happen? I'm just like, what? Nothing makes sense in this movie whatsoever. Literally nothing. You wonder so much how these teachers keep their jobs. Like, seriously, nothing makes sense. Nothing makes zero complete sense in this movie. And you're just sitting there like, what am I watching? It's just a bunch of nonsense. That's all it is. Nothing makes sense. The writing. The writing is terrible. It's awful. It really is. The writing is just beyond terrible in this movie. It really is. The directing is awful as well. Like, it's just not that... It's not that well filmed. Like, it was just poorly filmed. And once you get to the actual fist fight, not only was it just a bad scene, but it was terribly filmed as well. Like, there was some shaky cam going on, some quick editing at some points during that fight. Like, not only was it just a terrible scene because of how stupid it was, but it was even terribly filmed as well. Like, how do you even mess that up? So, yeah. Yeah, the actual even fist fight is terrible in this movie, and it's just like, yeah, we waited all movie for that. Just a stupid, ridiculous fist fight. That would never happen, so yeah. And the pacing, this movie is boring. This movie is an hour and 31 minutes, and you feel like you're watching a 2-hour movie. It never ends, this movie. It drags on forever. This movie, it drags on forever. Like, seriously, this movie drags on forever. Like, really, it drags on forever. And I'm just like, just end already. End this pain and misery. I just want this to end. My goodness. So, yeah. Fist Fight, overall, Fist Fight, yes, it's without question one of the worst movies of the year. Fist Fight is terrible. It's an awful comedy. So, yeah. So it's time for my official grade on Fist Fight, and my official grade on Fist Fight is undoubtedly an F. An F, F, F. Fist Fight is a terrible comedy. Please don't waste your time. Please just don't waste your time with this movie. I beg of you. Just go see John Wick Chapter 2 or the Lego Batman movie. Don't waste your time with something like this. This is awful. This is a terrible comedy. Another lazy, awful, R-rated comedy. That's all it is. So yeah, definitely Fist Fight deserves an F. So if you somehow have seen Fist Fight, what did you think of it? Leave in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599, and we'll see you all later. Peace.